Yes. You now right with the best. You tune into Go Chain Podcast. The host, Cook Off. Good evening. Or should I say good night? How you doing? Let's get it started. We have the GOP debate night, and former President Trump chose to opt out. Yeah, he chose to opt out. You know, he don't want to be around those type of people, as he would say, or as he would call all it. So I guess feels like they're a little beneath him. So he's on a bother with them. Okay. But the showrunner today is America in a foreign state, or is America in a foreign state under Biden administration? I say again, is America in a fallen state, or is America in a fallen state under Biden administration? Another topic, a nice showrunner, is going on with facts. Are African Americans docile, especially docile to each other, docile to politics when it comes to voting? I want to know, you want to know, and inquiring minds want to know. Yeah. But first off, let's get down to the meat and gravy of everything. Now, is America in a fallen state under Biden administration? You can leave your comments, your like, subscribe, share, and also if you feel your need in your heart to donate, it's $ COOKOFF 718. Cook Off 718. I say $ Cook Off 718. Now, boy, oh boy. It seems like, yeah, we in the fallen state here in America, and we in a state of emergency. Now, if you look around and you open your eyes, inflation, food going up, gas is going up, mortgage rates, apartments, rent, everywhere, it's going up. That's the inflation. That's the inflation part of a portion. I mean, everywhere you turn around, bread used to cost $1 and change. Now it's $3 and change. Diesel fuel alone in California is $6 and change. So the unleaded $4.22. And knowing that the truckers or truck drivers, salute out there, consider the truck drivers the backbone of America. You know, and you know they need the diesel fuel, they need their unleaded fuel, their box trucks, some of them. We need the accessibility of dropping their loads on, you know, and make it happen. How can they make things happen with fuel being so expensive? Okay. Now, as former President Trump will call it, Sleepy Joe, he has issues walking off of the stage or walk, period. I don't know the equilibrium is off or what's going on. Now, I've heard of people falling down off of the stage. Bob Dole did it, or a couple of politicians before in the past. But falling up somewhere is ridiculous. Not one, not two, not three. Oh yeah, Sleepy Joe has fallen up the stairs. And that's the first time I've ever seen someone fall up the stairs while going on a plane. All in one setting, and one stop, one setting, all at one time, all together. I could see if it was in between a day or so, a month or so, and so on, but 3 times all together. And not to mention the situation that's going on with Hunter Biden and things that he took, and people could say allegedly, so we'll just say allegedly. But more and more whistleblowers are coming out. Why is it in impoverished conditions called snitches, but in politics they're called whistleblowers? Yeah. You have to give that a little thought. You know, you have to look at that and examine that. Just to get that and examine that. And impoverished communities is called snitching. But in politics, it's called whistleblowing. What's the difference? What is the difference? Now, other than inflation, you have hard working, hard earning taxpayers paying money and just being given away to Ukraine. President Zelensky just was over here, I believe, last week or within the past week, so demanding, not asking, but demanding for $4 billion. Not million, but billion. Now, if that happens, it'll be way over upwards of $70 billion. Not to mention the military equipment that has been sent over there to Ukraine to fight against Russia in the war that they have going on. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Now, I spoke to Democrats, I spoke to Republicans of all ethnicities, you know, but mainly it seems to be that African Americans seem very docile, more so than ever, especially when it comes to politics. I mean, I've come to find out, not almost, or some for that matter. Some African Americans, when it comes to voting, they vote with emotion. They don't try to research. They don't try to read anything, and they don't try to get an idea or ideology about politics or politician or whatever party for that matter on their own. They just want to subscribe to what their grandparents were, what their parents were, just continue on in that process, and so forth and so on. So the kids see their mothers and fathers vote a certain part, then they want to follow suit and vote with it. Now, who am I to tell vote for the left, vote for the right, or vote straight down the middle? Who am I to say vote Democrat, vote Republican, vote independent, vote green, if you will? But something needs to happen. And, you know, you can ruffle some feathers of African American people if they try to just open and expand your mind. You have what we call a world wide web. There's information out there, there's research out there, and it is at your disposal. It's at your fingertips for you to take place to find what's going on. Other than watching the radio, listen to the news, whether you watch all of the various networks, you know, the CNNs, the ABCs and yada yada yada. Whether you like Trump or don't like Trump, or like Biden, or don't like Biden, something needs to change, and not for the worse, but for the better. The polls are out. The numbers are out. With all of these, what is it? 2 impeachments against Trump, 4 impeachments against Trump, and he's still leading in the polls. Sheesh, what is going on? And he considered it the new Teflon Don. I thought it was John Gotti. Thought that was John Gotti's nickname. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Is former President Donald Trump considered the new Teflon Don? Inquiring minds would like to know. Inquiring minds would like to know. Inquiring minds would like to know. Also, it's just baffling to how when COVID came to effect, or I'll take it back a notch. Once President Trump put it out there that he was initiating being a presidential campaign, candidate, candidate, everybody hate Trump. It was fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck Trump, left, right, every which way but thunder. Now, before and during his tenure as president, yes, I agree that he said a lot of crazy stuff, wild statements, and everything like that. But at the end of the day, he's considered what we might call for society a man's man, because everything he said, he stood on it. Good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. He stood right and stood on it and never fell and never faltered. But now, if you fast forward and look at things, you have the dope method, so be. You know, with the Biden administration, they pulled a rabbit out of the hat for the campaign. Who was the rabbit out of the hat? The vice president that you see preside right now. Yep, you guessed it. Kamala Harris, or should we say Hoff? A lot of people don't know her as Inhofe because she doesn't use her husband's last name. Why is that? I thought when women get married in this country or they're abroad, you take on the name of your husband, the last name of your husband. But she's going around using Harris so it can be pandered and fostered as if she's black. And she's not black. Last I found out from the research, I have my notes here. Actually, take a look at my notes. Her father is Jamaican, and her mother is Indian. And also, her father made a statement a few years back, and lately it's been cleaned up. But to my gathering, to my notes, to my research, he didn't want anything to do with her. He didn't want anything to do with her. So is it that she has little tricks up her sleeve? I mean, if those of you that voted for this party and this administration should have did your research. Now Biden, he's been a politician for going on something about maybe 50 some odd years. Since Trump, we can say possibly 8 now, 7, 4 years of him being a president, and a year before he announced it, that's 5. So here we are at 2023, and presidential candidate in. Now, it's another question coming to rise. If President Trump or former President Trump was the president, would there even be a war in Russia, between Russia and Ukraine? I think not. So the mere fact that Trump seems like he had a pretty good relationship with Putin, and people don't know about Putin. He was part of KGB in Russia. The KGB is equivalent to, let's say, special forces in the U.S. Army out here, similar to the Navy SEALs, the U.S. Navy SEALs, or Navy out here. So, to be quite frank, he's a bad motherfucker. Mother, shut your mouth. Yes, he is. On top of him being rich. So this little Ukraine war is not really bothering him or ruffling his feathers. You know, that's what it looks like. Every time I see clips of Putin, he's out galloping around, smiling with Xi, president of China, and various dignitaries around the world. He's enjoying himself. He's not even concerned with the war that's going on between Russia and Ukraine. Let's get things clear. Ukraine technically was a part of Russia. So what brought this malice and this discontent or this about? That's what I'd like to know. I never heard anyone mention what was the cause or the reason for this war. That's what I would like to know. Hold on a second. Let me take a sip. Coconut water. Refreshing. You know? And and Biden, if you research and do the history, uh Sean Stennis, Storm Thurmond, he's been very close and very good friends with these guys. And it's not alleged that they're racists, big racists. It's not alleged. It's not alleged. You can go, you know, check the World Wide Web and research for yourself. But then also, he's Biden a senator for a good while when Bush Sr. was in office, and also when Bill Clinton was in office. That's how he proposed the crime bill, and Clinton was in office. He said, if someone gets caught with crack, even the size of a quarter, it would be 5 years. And don't you know, implemented that executive order or that in legislation, and that was the most, at my time anyway, that there has been a mass incarceration on African American, particularly African American males, in the whole 10 year any president, to my knowledge, and to my timeline, at least. And this is who you docile, not all, but a lot of docile African American choose the vote and quick to scream out, Trump is racist. Yeah, okay. Now, granted, with those guys, the Central Five, those 5 guys, Central Park situation, yeah, there was he said that President Trump, he said he believed that those guys should get that penalty. And I'm not taking up for that comment, nor am I talking for him by all means. But some people say things and have no knowledge about what they're saying, or just doing things and saying things out of emotion. And so I feel that he probably might have been emotional, didn't know what he's talking about. Trump was the attention. He lost the attention. You know, but back to Biden. It's been sound bites. You can go check it out. You can go check it out. Actually, I may have a little sound bite for this is a little treat of your President Biden, the current president right now. And this is a sound bite from September 20th, 1992. Oh yeah, President Bill Clinton was the president then. Biden was discussing the crime bill.
In the major cities in America is down. There are fewer on the street day. All this talk about the tough crime than there were 10 years ago. Boot camps, regional prisons, anti-gang and pro-crime programs, new anti-child abuse measures, supported by people like Oprah Winfrey. In fact, help right, quite frankly. She cares so much about she hired a major law firm, a former governor of Illinois, Jim Thompson, came to me with this anti-child abuse legislation. And they changed a few pieces. I introduced it because it was the first piece of legislation. This crime being held hostage. We asked all of these measures of war president. We voted to do so. They were being prevented by the National Rifle Association and its allies, White House and Senate. This is not right.
Notice how he mentioned Oprah Winfrey. Threw her under the bus so smooth. Her under the bus smooth. There was a time when Oprah Winfrey, she didn't care to interview no hip hop artists, no rap artists. Didn't want anything to do with them. Didn't want them to come on the show or anything. Is it because some, not all of them, at that time presented masculine energy? Should have spoke with KRS-One back then. She could have spoke to Chuck D or Professor Griff from Public Enemy. It's a whole array of people that she could have to back then when she had a show. But let's go on.
White House said the opposition crime bill is because of the bill on habeas corpus. Now, not many on this chamber understand habeas corpus is. No, fighting officer knows less. But it's not really big. It's a great abuse. It needs to be changed. Well, done that. But habeas corpus, as the Anglo-American law,
Speaking to George Senior, by the way.
Challenge to her incarceration on the grounds that the state made constitutional error, finding him or her guilty of the sentence imposed. A convicted criminal who files for habeas corpus is not released from jail. They can only win a new check if in fact finds error was committed. So a lot of convicts file habeas corpus petitions. What this fight about habeas corpus is all about has absolutely no effect on the streets. But if you listen to my friends here, notwithstanding the like how many times you did file such legislation before us, you would think that habeas corpus was the name of some criminal who was crouching behind a trash can in every major city about ready to jump out, murder, or rape somebody. To file a habeas corpus petition, by definition, you must be in jail, behind bars, and not in the public. Now, I support these reforms as a bill. I think we've gone far to reform corpus. Mr. President, so much time and commitment I feel this so strong for this crime bill. In an effort to pass,
as he said, feel it so strongly, need to pass this crime bill. So he felt the need that it was strongly for him to pass this crime bill. Yeah, guess what? It got passed. Oh, excuse me. It was 92, I believe. So it was Bill Clinton that was the president that he's got this crime bill with. You know, and he felt so adamant, so strong. He said it with such intent and such vigor. You know, such demand. And this is what he voted for the same guy that came on national indicated radio, owned by Our Heart Radio, Power 105 in New York, and told Charlemagne, "Come on, Charlemagne, you don't vote for me. You ain't black." Like, what does he know about being black? From Delaware, talking guy from Delaware. We'll continue.
yes, we can find the initiative that every police agency in America supports, by the way. I've been trying to compromise. First, I dropped the single purpose provision the administration has objected last year, the so-called E or new rule provision. I know design officer stand, but few would shoot up stand. So I agree. I'll block out of that bill. That's the objection. When I said that, they said, "Oh, no, wait. There's more." I said, "Okay, what more?" Next, I offered to drop the habeas corpus of the bill entirely. I said, if we have a problem, let's not put it completely from the bill. They said, "No, don't do that." So, to start the rest of the legislation, including the Brady bill as it is, but President Bush said, "No, so I offered a compromise that I thought acceptable to my cause in each and every significant element of habeas corpus." Major concessions on what's in the bill. And the bills changed what the law is now. The final communication to me last week, the administration indicated they would have to insist on the procedural elements.
Call it the Crime Control Act.
Hardly any evidence, Chairman, of the willingness to achieve a compromise. But in an effort to keep going, Mr. President, I offered another proposal this weekend. The Attorney General will straight things thus far, and I expect it would be wise if not. It indicated to me that he didn't think we could compromise on that, but he took into consideration. I'm waiting to hear from him to determine whether there's anything at all. But it's become apparent, Mr. President, and amended it. The objections to habeas corpus are merely a smokescreen. The real problem.
This is coming to you by way of C-SPAN, by the way. Go ahead, feel free to look at some of the sound bites and some of the snippets on the presiding president show bite. He wants even more time to finish discussing what he's trying to talk about for crime bill or aka crime control. Isn't that something? Now that brings it back. I'll just toggling back and forth. That brings it back to some African Americans where you fast forward and voted for him. They voted for him. Now, in my opinion, feel like he got the vote, partially got the vote because a lot of sorors seen that they put Kamala of the hat and she made it known it was an AKA. I went to Hampton. What do you do? What does that stand for? What does that mean? And so a lot of SARS, you know, from HBCUs, you know, HCUs voted for her. Oh, girl, yeah, she black. Oh, yeah, she's a sorry. Oh, I'm AK, you AK, she AK, AKA, AKA. Let's vote for her. And so I know some AKAs, and I'm pretty sure they discussed it. Yeah, we voted for because of that reason. Da 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 da. Instead of researching and reading, they didn't even know about her when she was a district attorney. She had a sound bite when she laughed at making incarcerating single parents or mothers in the household who kids with traumas going to school. She incarcerated hundreds of them. Now look at the despair of doing that. You know, unfortunately, a lot of African American households are governed and raised by single mothers, right? So they have to go to work to make a living, to make ends meet. She's not aware of that, but it doesn't make any difference to her because she's part Indian, part Jamaican. So she just plays the part actually fit. When she got introduced as a Senate, they congratulate her as being Asian American. They never said African American. You know, when she presented as vice president, they say African American. So she straddles the fence as she sees fit as well. But when she was incarcerating these men out there in California, I believe it was Richmond, San Francisco area. Yeah, she did. She did. She didn't care not one bit. She didn't care not one iota. It didn't matter to her. She just wanted to come out there and supposedly hard charge or make her mark or make her way on, you know, so to speak. We're not gonna get into the whole Willie Brown situation. The other Senate out there, you know. Yeah, she incarcerated and locked up a lot of single parents. Now just think, if you raise a single parent household and your mom is locked up, and you might be you might have little siblings, then you know what? You're forced to go out there and do things that you ought not do or want to do, and to probably resort to crime. Just feed your family. See how that domino effect work? Not good. But yet still a lot of people that voted for them overlook these things. Isn't that something? And that's why that poses a question to me. Are some African American docile when it comes to voting? Sometimes docile when it comes to each other, you know? So I raised the flag right there, you know. But back to Biden with this crime bill or crime control act. He's asking for 10 more minutes. Once again, this sound bite brought to you by Spin. Now back to your presiding president, Joe Biden, speaking about the crime bill, 1992. crime bill, aka crime control president at the time. And it's the most mass incarceration for African American males from any president. It's
They still be afraid to deal with. That's what all about. Mr. President, last year's NCAA champion basketball game, as the president talks about being tough on crime. The days before the game, one of the two teams voted they would win the test while the other team was largely silent. You know what happened, President? The quiet team won by points, but then after it was over, we watched on television as the players on that team on T-shirts simply said, and I quote, "You can talk the game, but you can't play the game."
what does that have to do with the crime?
You can talk the game, but can't you play the game? You support, you talk all you want, but all the game begins, and then
Now, mind you, this snippet, this sound is from 1992, and he was bald, and now he has a head of hair. I get reversed. Maybe hair restoration.
President talks the game, but he's playing the game. The other team has been winning the fight against crime. 4 years ago, before President Bush took office, Crime War on Crime, here is part of the scoreboard of that one. The administration in 1992 budget actually proposed federal aid.
He goes stuttering. Cut, cut, cut.
The number of police officers on our streets is only 1% higher than it was when the president was launched 4 years ago. The administration has cut back aid to crime victims and diverted institution aid by most from a victim to the federal treasury. And now, almost a year, the president has imposed a comprehensive crime bill sponsored by a majority of the House and Senate. Meantime, our streets are unsafe because our police are unarmed, underarmed, overwhelmed.
So basically, he's really killing the president at that time. The way he's doing, he's critiquing him on his job, but he doesn't want to critique this himself. Then you have him, and you have remain considered the vice president or having hyena, laugh at everything, and I don't see what's so funny. So is America in fallen state under Biden administration? You have war, you have billions of dollars in this nation. You have inflation. Everything is high, from mortgages to rent to gas, food. On top of you have these illegal aliens being welcome in here. This is the sorriest have I ever seen type of border control. It's just I've seen the other day they had border patrol helping Mexicans get through, helping them get across. Unbelievable, 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 unbelievable. Helping them get across. You have all of these immigrants come from Mexico, Venezuela, and all of these other Spanish-speaking nations. And guess where they're going? Going to the major cities of this nation: New York City, Chicago, LA. For the most part, they're being housed. They're being given medical, dental, and Mayor Adams in New York City at one point in time welcomed them. He even asking the citizens of New York City to allow them to come into your home. What the hell? I'm gonna let somebody, perfect stranger, come into my home. You mess around and won't wake up the next day. It's your throat, and it'll be their home. You know, that's ridiculous. He has the audacity to act something like that. You know, he has the audacity to act something like that. Everybody's supposed to say, yeah, no problem. And he said for a small fee every month, he'll pay you for letting the immigrant come to live with you. They call it what do they call it? Migrants. Call it sanctioned cities. All of us up there. They call it sanctioned city. They call it sanctioned cities. Is that something? Why they call it sanctioned cities? I have no idea. Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, Chicago, LA, New York City, and various other cities, uh, crime is through the roof. Crime has went through the roof. Crime has went through the roof, left and right. Robberies, chain snatching, purse snatching, vandalism, tearing up stores, running neighborhoods, extra fruit stands out on the sidewalk, and various other things. Just a couple months ago, somebody got robbed in a bodega at night point in New York City for a snap. For a snapper. Really? Meanwhile, you want to raise the rent. It's simple. Of paying $3,000 a month. 3,000 to live in New York City in a one-bedroom apartment. That is ridiculous. That is pure ridiculous. So, in my opinion, it might be a state of emergency this nation is in right now. Nothing is all good. Nothing's going good. And yet and still, you have some, not all, but some African American voters that still docile, still in belief. I spoke to a young woman a few days ago and told me she doesn't see anything going wrong right now. She says she doesn't know anything about inflation. You'll have to look and research and check or watch the news. At that point in time, I wanted to curse her out. You dumb bitch. You dumb bitch. But I was being respectful. She was a little older than me. And I taught to respect my elders. Well, I really wanted to call her, you dumb bitch. Where are you living? Where are you? What are you watching? Then it come the term that I realized she would wear glasses. Maybe she need to get an extra prescription in her glasses. uh, I don't know. You have to fix her lens something, man. It's not working out right. It's not working out right. You have to change her prescription or something. Even Stevie Wonder could see what's going on. Stevie Wonder could see what's going on. Maybe she had to change prescription and try to look and assess the situation going on. And she's the first person that actually even said anything like that. So I the dumbfounded, huh? The way I was looking at her, you thought I ate some sour candy or something. You know, screwed look. Oh man. Oh man. I gave her the ill. Then she looked at me like I had two heads and kept kind of not trying to debate. Well, I guess you would call it the debate. And again, she said, I don't know. I don't see it. It was inflation where? No. When it's time to vote, I voted for Biden again. Oh, really? Why is that? And the famous phrase for the past 3 years, I've been hearing a lot of African Americans say that emotionally involved into voting and not inclined or to do any research when it comes to voting. The most famous phrase he said was racist. So then I told maybe so. I'm not an advocate for him nor Biden, but do your research on Biden. I say he was friends with John Stennis, Strom Thurmond. Those guys were in the Senate as well, and also who was deceased, George Wallace, who was a former governor of Arkansas, and it is not alleged that all were black racists. In fact, sound bites with Sturman talking about he feel that black people shouldn't be in the same schools and restaurants as white. And so did Biden. Same thing. Yeah, so did Biden. He mentioned the same thing. Yeah, he mentioned the same thing. Play back to the sound bite. I play a little bit more.
Increased rates of rape, assault, robbery, violent control. In 1990 was
This is your president,
year for setting records.
Joe Biden, aka C. Joe.
In fact, murders in this country, the number of lives lost by violence, to by women and men, children, fall America home, has increased every president Bush in his benefits. It's not his fault. I would argue that we should be doing more to keep it from coming, and to that extent, I blame it for not allowing us to vote on this bill. By the end of the year, as I said earlier, over 90,000 Americans.
Now he's blaming President Bush at that time, but he's not taking any criticism or blame for what's going on right now while he's president at this present time. Pay attention.
Will have been murdered in the first term Bush administration. Drugs fuel much of violence in America. Once again, the president has talked a good game when it comes to solving the problem of drug use. In September 1989, he gave a televised speech to the nation on the problem of drug abuse in America. He said that the drugs are both the greatest domestic facing our nation. They said finding drug abuse, that combating bad abuse was going to be his top domestic priority. The president assured the American people that, quote, the basic weapons we need to combat drug abuse are ones we already have. What is lacking, he said, is the strategy to effectively use them. He said his administration had that strategy and said they needed a game to prevent it. It's been a little over 12 years since the president released his first national drug strategy. Let's look at the scoreboard. The president said the strategy to combat hardcore drug abuse that constitutes so much of the violence and crime in this country. The sad that hardcore drug abuse is worse today was the day the president took office. There are over 3 million heroin or cocaine addicts in the United States today, and more heroin and cocaine enters this country today drug overdoses are at a
Wow, sounds like he's going in. Page after page, he asked Congress to let him speak for about 10 more minutes. He's going in. But who's going in now? Who is going in or him? Nobody saying anything. Mum's the word, button up their mouth, lips, and closing it is also the numbers from President Trump to Biden as far as the migrants coming in here or immigrants coming into the border are through the roof right now, opposed to President Trump. He said they donated $7 billion to HBCC, and that was a lot. While he came in and cut it down from that Trump donated to the HBCUs. And now, back then, anyway, he's going in and president. Attention. Sound bite. A few more minutes. Yeah, he's going in. Turning pages. Asking to speak for a while longer. What's going on? I think the debate should be over by now. The GOP Republican debate, and this is the second time that Trump opted out. They asked him in an interview what was the first reason that he opted out. He says none of them reported to me.
years ago, $2.1 billion NDD initiative aimed at pulling the production of cocoa leaf in the Andean countries of America. Today, the cocoa leaf production in this country is 13% higher when the president took office. 3 years ago, the administration said it would work with the Colombians to break the drug network of the Medellin cartel. The Iraqi Colombian means the Medellin drug baron office bar was thought as evidence of this industry was crashing down when drug came visible. Today, new accounts of what actually happened to minimize the bankruptcy of this strategy as Escobar bars used to run his cartel.
Pablo Escobar. No, that's a long time.
His specifications and staff by his own owner. George Bush said that the strategy would back casual drug use, which also leads to criminal behavior, which can produce some hardcore use. And after he gave his television address, casual drugs did decline. Today, however, the sad fact is casual drug use of all kids is what crawl. And it is declining at a slow rate before President Bush took office. Casual cocaine is actually increased about 14% last year. These figures mean last year alone, over 1 billion Americans began to use cocaine. Over 1 billion Americans started down the road that may lead to a hardcore drug addiction. And over 1.5 million began to use heroin first time. The average heroin addict, I might point it out, commits 200 crimes a year to support 100 crimes a year. Heroin addict must commit a crime.
A heroin addict commit 200 crimes a year. That's a lie. I walk in time with what they get incarcerated.
George said his strategy educated children and young people who are among the most tragic victims of abuse and violence associated drug abuse.
Well, that's enough for that. Now we can go into allegedly this Harris administration have been doing, particularly when it comes to serving the black community, specifically since being in office. The Biden Harris administration has invested over $1 billion in America's HBCUs. That's a blatant lie. Check the stats, check the statistics, do the research. Once he came in, he cut, I believe, Trump proposed 20 billion. When Biden came in, he cut it to 2 billion, but it wasn't nothing above or about 7 billion at all. So that was a blatant lie. Uh, and blacks unemployment down, record lows. That's another blatant lie. There's a lot of black people right now unemployed, and if you want to check the stats, you can. But look at Skid Row in L.A. The Skid Row has been out there for decades. They're not employed anywhere. Anybody that lives out there since under the bridge in LA. Reduce the black child poverty rate and more than 12%. How can you reduce a poverty rate when it was something considered as red line? How can you reduce a poverty rate and at least by 12%? Where are these numbers coming from? Where are these other numbers coming from? We reduced it by 12%. How? Where did you put them? Where did you put them? Created more than 13.4 million jobs in the wake of COVID. How? What jobs have been created by this administration and since the wake of COVID? And I'm gonna wait, because COVID never went anywhere. It's still here, by the way. 13.4 million. Where? I don't know where I've seen it. Reverse decades of infrastructure disinvested the communities color, including investing $4 billion to connect communities and economic opportunity. $4 billion. How and where? Last I checked, you sending billions of dollars to a Ukraine war that doesn't have nothing to American people. And then you said communities of color. So does that mean African American? Does that mean Mexicans? Does that mean Puerto Ricans or Dominicans? Last I checked, people equate to them or call them brown, black and brown people. So what are the people of color? And increase black enrollment in healthcare early, but 49% between 2020 and 2022. I don't know where these numbers are coming from. I do not know where these numbers are coming from. Maternal mortality affects black mothers 3 times more than anyone. A national priority. How? Because last I checked, they always want a lot of black women on the table to get C-section. How did you increase it? When either give C-sections or you give extra medications, epidurals and things like that. Some of these kids don't make it from being born. I know where these numbers come from. I don't know where these numbers coming from. Expanded access to capital, minority-owned small businesses with over 12 million for community leaders. And I'm a small business owner myself, and I have seen nothing but that 12 billion, or excuse me, million that's just been mentioned. So 12 billion. I stand corrected. 12 billion, but it was 12 billion. And I haven't seen a dime. So all lies. All lies. In this case, they're all lies. And once again, not all, but in my opinion, some African Americans, when it comes to voting, they're docile. They vote more with emotions, especially when it's to the presidential elections. They vote emotions instead of voting on thoughts or the ideologies of research that they discovered or found or looked up from pure information. And this is how you're giving up your vote, giving up your votes, and giving up your votes, and not getting anything in return. Once again, Power 5, radio, syndicated radio in New York City, just before the campaign, before the election, President Joe Biden came up there and told Charlemagne, "Come on, Charlemagne, you're not black. You don't vote for me." So I asked the question: What does an old guy from Delaware that's Caucasian know about being black? Now, right there, he should have been put in his place. Just the other day, he was in some award or some Black Caucus gathering or something, and MC Light and Cool J performed. And after performance, also after Cool J performance, he got up there and said, "Whoa, LLJ Cool, LL Cool J." Didn't even know how to pronounce man's name, first of all. But the boy, that man, he has big arms. His arms are bigger than my thighs. What the nonsense is that? Then you insult him, insult the energy, call him a boy. Then you know what that means when you calling somebody boy, especially a guy that's been in hip hop over 3 decades, like LL Cool J, hip hop artist slash, and this is what you go with. That's sad, you know. This is sad. In my opinion, I don't think it was a mistake or a mishap. It's something that he probably meant to say. Who knows? The talk of the town. That is the talk of the town right now. Calling LL Cool J boy. LL Cool J. Calling LL Cool J boy. Once again, it's just putting it out there, not asking, not begging. You make your own decisions, which way you want to go, right, left, independent, Green Party, straight down the middle, or vote it all. But it's time. African American, Black people, it's time to make the decision and see what it's down to next year, and what are y'all do? Are you going to continue to stay on the plantation or get off the boat, so to speak? You going to stay on the plantation or and continue to give up the vote, or vote for someone else, vote for a different party, or what? The options are out there. Everything is out there for you to dispose of anything. Try to do research and continue to try to have your own mind. Don't be persuaded by the leftists, the left group. Again, over and over again. 10 years now, decade from now, will be a century that Black people have given their votes to Democrats and haven't seen anything. Knowing, and should be knowingly, that Black people who started out voting in the public since in the place. It didn't change until maybe 50, 60 years ago, or a little longer than that, actually. But It's up to you to decide. Now, like, subscribe, share. To donate, $ cook off 718 COOKOFF 718 $ cook off the chain. $cook off 718.